Hey guys, Reaper here. Figured I'd walk you through what I'm planning on using for equipment in this little setup. Little backstory, I work at an LFS and we got in one of the new Fluval Flora, I think they're like 7.9 gallon tanks or whatever, and broken in shipment. So what I did was basically hijack the equipment out of that to use in this little 5.5. I think more of a proof of concept on the equipment is that, I got a lot of people asking about the tanks, and we've never actually set one up and in-house, so I figured, what the hell, give it a shot. I've never done a planted tank quite so small, and it's been a long time since I've done one at home, so I figured it'd be fun. So if you're not familiar, what they give you in the setup, as far as equipment goes, we'll start with a filter. You got their Fluval Nano filter. Basically, it's a internal filter, very basic, very rudimentary. Doesn't come with any carbon. You have 2 stages of foam. You have a very fine, and then you have more of a coarse, and lets you shoot it out through a spray bar out the side, and that's it. So very basic, very simple. They give you a little CO2 setup. Basically, it runs off of just a little, I think it's a 20 gram cartridge. If you've ever used any like BB guns, pellet guns, anything like that, that used CO2 cartridges, it's basically the same thing. Here's the catch though, you can't buy those CO2 cartridges. The canister itself, the little cartridge, is actually threaded right here where it goes on the regulator, which obviously makes sense, but that means you have to use their CO2 cartridges. And then they set you up with this big, ridiculous setup here for the diffuser. I don't know if I'm going to use the whole thing. I've read through the instructions briefly. Basically, how they want this setup to work is they're linked together, and what happens is that you'll open the valve, and it'll fill up the bottom one completely, then it'll fill up the top one completely, and then you're supposed to shut it off. And supposedly in like a 15-gallon tank, if you do that twice a day, it's enough to give you CO2 for the tank. Not sure how I feel about that. Well, I'm going to try it. But since they say both of them will work on a 15, I'm going to try using just one and see what I think. So that's a little CO2 setup. They give you a 4.4 pound bag of their Fluval Stratum planted substrate. I've heard pretty good things. I mean, everybody obviously has their own opinions. I'm not going to lean either way quite yet. I just want to try it for myself. We never used the Fluval stuff specifically, so another experiment. And then finally, we have the Fluval, I call it the PCL 13. It's a little power compact, 13 watt, which should be okay on this little 5.5. I mean, the way I'm going to have it set up is it's going to go across, and obviously it's only going to come out to about here. So we'll see. If I need to add some more light, I should have enough room that I can do like a clamp light or something on this side, shooting a little more light that way. And we'll see. So that's the equipment. Now for the fun stuff. Rinsing some gravel and figuring out where I want to put decorations. Alright guys,